Good day to you. My name is Melchior. I recently arrived from the east to sell myrrh to the apothecary. They do have some strange customs here, I must tell you. The knights are having an axe-throwing golf tournament, and I have been invited. Also, I am to attend the Bach Gala this evening. That's the Benevolent Association for Retired Knights. Both groups have asked for assistance. The axemen want help compiling their scores, and Bach has an accounting problem. Let's see if Harold can help.
Thanks, Melchior. I see the problems the Knights and Bark are having, and I think the function we need to use to solve this problem is the map function. The map function is a dynamic array function in Excel, and it's also one of the Lambda helper functions. What it does is you can use it to apply a function to an array or arrays in the aggregate. Let me show you a simple example. I have an array here of 2 by 3. If I want to add 1 to each of these values in a new array for a simple example. So I could say equals map. Your first argument is your array. You can do more than one array. For now, we'll just have this one. Your next argument is your lambda, what you want to do to these cells. So I can just say lambda, A is my value, A plus 1 is my calculation. And that should do it. I need another parentheses for map. Okay, enter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Excel has used the map function to add 1 to each of these values and spit them out in a new spilled array. It is dynamic. If I change one of these, the number changed over here also. So that's a simple example. This simple example is not very useful. There's a lot of other ways you could probably do this easier. There are some more advanced ways to use it, especially in the aggregate and combined with other dynamic array functions. So the Knights were having the axe throwing tournament, and they've turned me in their 4 scorecards, and they've asked me to do a little statistical analysis on it, and they want to know the minimum score on each hole, sum of total scores on each hole, and the average score on each hole. Well, I could take all 4 of their scorecards and combine them somewhere in a new spreadsheet with a bunch of copying and pasting. But I'm going to use the map function to aggregate these arrays and do my calculations that way. So if I wanted to get the minimum score on these, I would say equals map. Choose all my arrays, Sorotin, comma, Servicius, comma, Sirbold, comma, Surjust, comma. Now I will need to do my lambda. It's going to be lambda. So I have 4 arrays. I need 4 values, A, B, C, D. What did I want to do to those values? I want to get the minimum of A, B, C, and D. And that should do it. Let's check it out. Scroll down here where we can see, enter. And there we go. Minimum score on hole 1, 5. Servicius got a 5, and so did Sir Just. Let's check another one. Minimum score on hole 5. Servicius got a 3, and that was it. So it looks like that's working. Now, if I wanted to do this for sum, I could just copy the formula and change min to sum. That should do it. I have sum of the scores for each hole. Change it to average. I'll just paste it again. Change min to average. And there we go. Average score for each hole. So a great use for map is to work with arrays, perform calculations on them in the aggregate. Now to the Bark problem. Bark has put out their charitable donations budget for the next 2023, the rest of 2024, and 2025, which they don't have anything for yet. Recently, they found out they've been missing someone agreed in late 2022 to donate them $1,000 a month, and they haven't been accounting for it. So they need to add $1,000 to all these and expand out here and go ahead and fill out $1,000 a month to get started for 2025. So I could use expand with map and do something like equals expand map in my array. It's 2023 and 2024, comma my lambda. What did I want to do? I wanted to add 1,000 to each one. So I'll do a comma a plus 1,000. Close, comma, no rows, comma, expanded 3 columns, comma, pad width 1,000, close. Should do it. Nope, missed a parentheses. Yes. Okay, now I have $1,000 added to each of these, 12, 13, and the blank ones have $1,000 in them too. And to show you that I could do it as a cell reference, I'd have down here, well, if I wanted to add all these together, I could use a cell reference, add them across 13, 26, 27, 39. I just used Q24 hashtag, applied another lambda, and kept going. So you can see there's a lot of uses for lambda, uses for map with lambda. The functions are in the aggregate, applying to arrays in the aggregate, or functions used with other array functions. Hope you like this lesson, and we'll turn it back to Elaine. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Harold. Excellent as always. Now, if you would just buy more myrrh, not likely. Okay, we will see. That is our lesson for today. If you liked it, like it and subscribe. Thanks, everyone.